Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to The New Majority. I am your host, Sebastian Casanova, your trusted source in political discourse. I want to thank today's sponsor, Trojan Lubricants Premium Collection. As you may or may not know, I'm well endowed. And as someone who bears the responsibility of a hefty sum, I could not live with myself if I did not promote a healthy, safe, consensual, sexual lifestyle. You want to treat your significant other with respect and not tear right through them, as I do with nasty Redditors who can't handle the downvotes or pictures of my member. Trojan Lubricants Premium Collection. If it fits, you won't want to quit. Now, onto the show. Our main story. This past week, we were all privy to the first presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former fascist President Donald J. Trump. It was a riveting night, with performances by candidates who at the very least didn't look as if they were just awoken by a nightmare of Mitch McConnell offering them oral sex. We started with Mommy Kamala showing off her coconuts and reaching over to the sad Big Mac, offering her hand, a respectful gesture brought on by a serious candidate and not a Simpsons prediction video. As the issues were brought on, as well as controversies, Kamala laughed as the bad hairpiece acted the way any cheap toupee would, sliding off the edge hoping no one would notice. And as we have all come to expect, Trump acted the way Trump acts.
I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that, and then I read that she was black. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan.
Concepts? Well, I have a concept of taking my finger and shoving it right up your ass, digging for some speck of humanity. Instead, I find nothing but the cruel, dirty reminder that you were actually Commander-in-Chief. It would also smell like meatloaf sandwiches. Now, if you think I'm not being fair here, and that I'm too predisposed with my left-leaning agenda, just wait. I am here to be fair, a willing participant in democracy, which means I have a duty. I must criticize Kamala as well. Speaking of her economic policies... So authoritative... Yes. Well, no candidate is perfect. I submit, this time begrudgingly, because I worry for a Harris term in office. Her flip-floppish attitude regarding policies I hold dear is true cause for concern. I would hope her conviction and few progressive stands are not completely evaporated during her presidency. I, like many other citizens, hope for a candidate whose loyalty is to country before party. But I will not alter my opinion, especially when one candidate is clearly superior and more qualified than the other, especially when the other moisturizes himself with the grease found in the back of a Burger King. Speaking of which, I'd like to thank our other sponsor for this video, Everytable. Are you a college student pursuing a degree in a shrinking field, knowing that your debt is not only going to crush you financially, but spiritually? And you ask yourself, why? Why have I done this to myself? Children pursue a master's in the arts. Why didn't I make the extra effort and pursue coding or mechanical engineering? I'm still eating hot Cheetos on the toilet as my mother yells from the other room that I forgot to take out the trash. It was her day. That's what it says on the chore schedule. What the fuck am I doing with my life? It was all a big joke, a waste, and tomorrow I'll be dead, forgotten. My children will inherit my debt and theirs will inherit theirs. I just wanted to have fun in college. A big boy with big dreams. A big boy with big dreams. Every table has compact meals with great nutritional value. If you're studying, working, or conceiving your inevitable end, try every table. Now, let's get to our callers. Our first caller, a 212 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Donald Trump.
Well. Look who finally decided to call. What could I have done to deserve such a phone call with an oligarch such as Donald J. Trump?
I've been doing more podcasts recently. I'm actually very good at it, probably the best. I've been told by the biggest guys that I'm probably, definitely the best podcast guest in history. Just waiting for Rogan to call.
And here you are on the new majority.
I think you need a better title, because the majority of Americans agree with what I've been saying for years. We need to bring the economy back. We need to continue work on the nice big wall, because these people, they're coming into our country. They're bringing in fentanyl, nasty business, and I don't know if you saw at the debate. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But I said they're eating the dogs.
Yes.
They're eating the dogs.
Yes, you said that.
It's terrible, and that guy, David something or other, that guy's something else, denying dog eating. They do that in China. It's a huge problem over there. We don't eat dogs in this great nation of ours. We sell, but don't eat. Sell, but don't eat.
Mr. Trump, I want to ask you about your performance at the debate this past week. Firstly, how does it feel to be the old man spouting conspiracies and looking as if you forgot to eat your dinner at 4 p.m.?
First of all, I'm not that old. My doctors tell me that I'm in great shape for a man my age. I'm very fit. Everything's still hanging together. If you look at Biden, that guy needs the Secret Service to help him take a leak. He's much older than me. Much older than me. And it shows. Some people, many actually, mistake me for Barron. You wouldn't believe how often that happens. Does that happen with Joe and Hunter? No, one's a corpse and one's a drug addict.
Mr. Trump, you are not running against Biden anymore.
What?
You are running against Kamala Harris.
Yes. Kamala. Let me tell you something about her. She is the worst vice president probably in history. She has more losses than wins in her book. Unlike me, she doesn't care about the well-being of this country, this great nation of ours, and she will bring us to World War V.
You mean 3?
I rest my case.
Ah, yes. And speaking of which, how can you think it is appropriate for a convicted felon not only to run for office, but speak so vehemently regarding issues of policy and, more importantly, morality?
The judges were rigged just like the last election. It was stolen. These people are criminals saying I organized J6. It's an insult. It's untrue. And to anyone listening right now, I want you to stand up for your country because it's being taken from you. Go to your elected officials' offices, go directly to their door, break in if you have to, and tell them Trump ain't dumped. I'll be there with you.
Here we go again.
What was that? Oh, all right. Peacefully.
Okay, we're running out of time.
This is a very nice podcast you have here. Quick to the point. You don't interrupt your guests with lies, and you don't seem to have an opinion you're willing to fight for.
Okay, that's enough. My final thoughts. This election is truly an important one that would determine not only the policies shared amongst the middle to lower classes, but one that could shed light on our country's integrity. We are better than the most ignorant thoughts of us, the most despicable actions of us, the most regrettable choices of us, and we can make a difference in how the future of our nation, our world is built, because we are the ones who will have to live in it. We are the ones who will be remembered for building it. We are the dreamers, and dreams follow us to our life's end. Dreams discovered fire, invented the wheel, crafted democracy. And these are lessons that must be remembered and preserved, despite what pseudo-fascists tell you. The moment someone sells you on a future that is hopeless, you must grab onto hope. You must carry it with you for the rest of your life and never lose grip. Remember the love you act upon and keep acting, because life is never hopeless as long as you live it. As long as you live it.
But the dogs.
All that being said, fuck Trump!